Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back with Ralf Friedrichs. Today we're going to talk about treatment approaches for drug addiction. We're going to talk about principal effective treatments, different types of treatments. But as I promised yesterday during my show, for the next 31 days, or 31 shows I should say, we are going to read this. I declare 31 promises over your life. But I choose to call this 31 promises that I will be reading during the next 31 shows. This is by Joel Osteen, and day 2, or show 2, reads as follows. I declare I will experience God's faithfulness. I will not worry. I will not doubt. I will keep my trust in Him, knowing that He will not fail me. I will give birth to every promise God put in my heart, and I will become everything God created me to be. This is my declaration for day 2 or show 2. I'll read it again. This is by Joel Osteen. I declare 31 promises to speak of over your life. 31 shows that I will speak of over the next 31 shows. This is show number 2 for this particular segment. Show 2. I declare I will experience God's faithfulness. I will not worry. I will not doubt. I will keep my trust in Him, knowing that He will not fail me, and He won't. I will give birth to every promise God put in my heart, and I will become everything God created me to be. This is my declaration for show number 2. As I stated, we are going to talk about treatment approaches for drug addiction, but as usual, I just want to give a shout out to my good friend, Dr. Luis Gonzalez, over at Starting Point in Minnesota. He is at 844-414-8444. You can also find him on the website at www.startingpointmn.com. Dr. Luis Gonzalez can help you during your through your walk from addiction to recovery. He can also turn you into a addiction recovery coach. He has those two entities to his business. It is up to you to reach out to him at 844-414-8444. You can also again reach him at www.startingpointmn.com. The MN stands for Minnesota. You can also go to my website, www.clearviews.info. That's CLEARVIEWSINFO. Clearviews.info is pure information on addiction and recovery. It is loaded with the 411. You can find information on recovery, addictions, different drugs. These are paragraphs, articles written by doctors and psychologists and psychiatrists. I put them on my website for you. You can also find over 200 of my own videos of topics ranging from A to Z. All you need to do is to look at what you want to see and view it. If you don't see something that you would like for me to talk about, reach out to myself or to my producer, Ralf Friedrichs, at 631-599-0218. That is for texting, and for a phone call, you can call 844-405-HELP. My other website is www.clearreform.com. That's CLEARREFORM.com. Clear Reform is like Dr. Luis Gonzalez. I will walk with you from your addiction to your recovery, hand by hand, hand in hand, day by day. Never, ever, I repeat, ever looking at your past. We will deal with today, 24 hours at a time. We will deal with tomorrow. We will deal together. Reach out to me, 844-405-HELP. If you notice, both my websites start with the word clear, clearviews.info and Clear Reform. The word clear came to me as I hit rock bottom and I started my journey in sobriety, and I started feeling clear in my mind, clear in my body, clear spiritually. I said to myself, what can I come up with those initials? So I came up with Community Lessons Empower Addiction Recovery, CLEAR. Community lessons empower addiction recovery. That is how I utilized my word clear in clearviews.info and clear in clearreform.com. Let's dive into this. This comes directly from the CDC, treatment approaches for drug addiction. Drug addiction is a complex illness characterized by intense and, at times, uncontrollable drug craving, along with compulsive drug seeking and use that persist even in the face of devastating consequences. While the path to drug addiction begins with a voluntary act of taking drugs, over time a person's ability to choose not to do so becomes compromised, and seeking, consuming, and drug becomes compulsive. Principle of effective treatments. Scientific research since the mid-1970s shows that the treatment can help patients addicted to drugs stop using, avoid relapse, and successfully recover their lives. Based on the research, key principles have emerged that should form basis of any addictive or effective treatment programs. Addiction is a complex but treatable disease and affects brain functions and behavior. No single treatment is appropriate for everyone, and I keep telling you folks that for those people that truly exclusively think that only method of treatment for alcoholism or drug addiction is NA or AA, you're wrong. Each individual has their own way of battling. It is the outcome, repeat, outcome, sobriety, is what's most important. It's not how you get there, it's that you got there. Treatment needs to be readily available. Effective treatment attends to multiple needs of the individual, not just his or her drug abuse. Remaining in treatment for an adequate period of time is critical. Don't rush through it. Counseling, individual and or a group, and other behavioral therapies are the most commonly used forms of drug abuse treatment. Medications are an important element of treatment for many patients, especially when combined with counseling and other behavioral therapies. An individual's treatment and service plan must be assessed continually and modified as necessary to ensure that it meets his or her changing needs. Many drug-addicted individuals also have other mental disorders. Medically assisted detoxification is only the first stage of addiction treatment, and by itself does little to change long-term drug addiction or drug abuse, because I tell you folks this, you cannot ever put your guard down. Fighting and staying in your recovery is a daily, not just an hour and a half a day at a local meeting. It is a daily 24-hour job for you. You need to think, breathe, and do drug addiction recovery every single day. Treatment does not need to be voluntary to be effective. Drug use during treatment must be monitored continuously, as lapses during treatment do happen. Treatment programs should assess patients for the presence of HIV, AIDS, hepatitis B and C, tuberculosis, and other infectious diseases, as well as provide targeted risk reduction counseling to help patients modify or change. Behavioral treatments. Behavioral treatments help patients engage in treatment process, modify their attitudes and behavior related to drug abuse, and increase healthy life skills. These treatments can also enhance the effectiveness of medications and help people stay in treatment longer. Treatment for drug abuse and addiction can be delivered in many different settings using a variety of behavioral approaches. Outpatient behavioral treatment encompasses a wide variety of programs for patients who visit a clinic at regular intervals. Most of the programs involve individuals or group drug counseling. Some programs also offer other forms of behavioral treatment, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, which seeks to help patients recognize, avoid, and cope with situations in which they are most likely to abuse the drugs. Multidimensional family therapy, which was developed for adolescents with drug abuse problems as well as their families, address the change of influences on the drug abuse patterns and redesigned to improve overall family functioning. Motivational interviewing, which capitalizes on readiness of individuals to change their behavior and enter the treatment. Motivational incentives. This is rewarding you for your treatment. It's almost like treating you like a child, which is very effective. When a child does good, you reward it, it does even better. Residential treatment. These programs can also be very effective, especially for those with more severe problems. For example, therapeutic communities, TCs, are highly structured programs in which patients remain at the residence typically for 6 to 12 months. TCs differ from other treatment approaches principally in their use of the community treatment staff and those in recovery as a key agent of change to influence patients' attitudes, perceptions, behaviors associated with drug abuse. Treatment within the criminal justice setting can succeed in preventing an offender's return to criminal behavior, particularly when treatment continues as the person transitions back into the community. Studies show that treatment does not need to be voluntary to be effective. Effective treatment approaches. Medications and behavioral therapy, especially when combined, are important elements. Let me get this. There we go. And the process that begins with detoxification, followed by treatment and relapse prevention. Easing withdrawal symptoms can be important. Initiation of treatment. Preventing relapse is necessary for maintaining its effects, and sometimes, as with other chronic conditions, episodes of relapse may require a return to the prior treatment components. Medications can be used to help different aspects of the treatment process. Withdrawal. Medications offer help in suppressing withdrawal symptoms, drug detoxification. However, medically assisted detoxification is not itself treatment. It is only the first step in treatment process. Patients who go through medically assisted withdrawal but do not receive any further treatment show drug abuse patterns similar to those who were never treated at all. Treatment. Medications can be used to help reestablish normal brain function and to prevent relapse and diminish cravings. Currently, we have medication for opiates, heroin and morphine, tobacco, nicotine, and alcohol addiction, and developing other treatment stimulant, cocaine, meth, cannabis, marijuana addiction. Most people with severe addiction problems, however, are polydrug users of more than one drug, and will require treatment for all substances that they are abusing. Opiates, meth, buprenorphine, and for some individuals, naltrexone are effective medications for treatment of opiate addiction. When I say meth, I mean methadone. Acting on same targets in the brain as heroin and morphine, methadone and buprenorphine suppress withdrawal symptoms and relieve cravings. Naltrexone works by blocking the effects of heroin or other opiates in their receptor sites and should only be used in patients who have already been detoxified. Tobacco. A variety of formulations of nicotine replacement therapies now exist, including the patch, spray, gum, and lozenges. They are available over the counter. In addition, 2 prescription medications have FDA approved for tobacco addiction. That is propofol and venerecyline. These names are tough, so bear with me. Alcohol. 3 medications have been FDA approved for treatment for alcohol dependence. Naltrexone, Camarosed, and dilsophiram. There is a 4th one in the process. These are tough words, folks. Let's do a quick recap. Today's going to be a shorter show because there is so much that I could read, and I could go on and on. But the facts are simply this. No matter how you choose to battle your addiction, it needs to include an action plan. And your end goal, your end result, needs to be sobriety. Principal effective treatments. Addiction is a complex but treatable disease that affects brain function and behavior. No single treatment is appropriate for everyone. Treatment needs to be readily available. Effective treatment attends to multiple needs of the individual, not just to on her drug abuse. Remaining in treatment for an adequate period of time is very critical. Counseling and other behavioral therapies are the most commonly used forms of drug treatment. Medications are an important element of treatment for many patients, especially when combined with counseling and other behavioral therapy. An individual's treatment and services plan must be assessed continually and modified as necessary to ensure that it meets the changing needs. Many drug-addicted individuals also have other mental disorders. Medically assisted detoxification is the only first stage of addiction treatment and itself does little to change long-term drug abuse. Treatment does not need to be voluntary to be effective. Drug use during treatment must be monitored continuously, as lapses during treatment do happen. Treatment programs should assess patients for presence of HIV/AIDS, hepatitis B and C, tuberculosis, other infectious diseases. Effective treatment approaches. Medications and behavioral therapy, especially when combined, are important elements of overall therapeutic process that often begins with detoxification, followed by treatment and relapse prevention. Medications can be used to help with different aspects of treatment process. The withdrawal medications offer help in suppressing withdrawal symptoms during detoxification. However, medically assisted detoxification is not itself treatment. It is the only first step in the treatment process. Patients who go through medically assisted withdrawal but do not receive any further treatment show drug abuse patterns similar to those who never were treated before. Treatment medications can be used to help establish normal brain function and to prevent relapse and diminished cravings. Opiates, methadone, buprenorphine, and some individuals, naxolotone, are effective medications for treatment of opiate addiction, acting on same targets of the brain as heroin and morphine. Tobacco, you also have patch, you have gum, you have lozenges, and in alcohol you have naltrexone and camproside and disulfiram. Tough words, folks. Behavioral treatments help patients engage in treatment process, modify their attitudes and behavior related to drug abuse, and increase healthy life. These treatments can also enhance the effectiveness of medication and help people stay in treatment longer. Treatment for drug abuse and addiction can be delivered in many different settings using variety behavioral approaches. Outpatient behavioral treatment encompasses a wide variety of programs for patients who visit a clinic on regular intervals. You can get cognitive behavioral therapy, you can get multidimensional family therapy, you can get motivational interviewing, which capitalizes on readiness of individuals to change their behavior and their treatment, and they are motivational incentive programs. You can go to residential treatments, and some of them typically can go from 6 to 12 months. And the worst scenario, although sometimes the best scenario, can be a treatment within the criminal justice system. Folks, this breaks it down, treatment approaches for drug addiction. It all breaks down to this. And folks, I just want to let you folks know that it doesn't matter how you approach your recovery. What is important is that you approach it. What is important that you stop denying that you have a problem. What is important that you include your higher power, your God. It doesn't matter if you utilize AA. It doesn't matter if you utilize my methods or any other methods or any treatment center. What does matter, most importantly, is that you utilize something. You have a goal for a light at the end of the tunnel. Start today, November 5th, 2014, and admit you have a problem. That's the first start. If you continuously feel that you need to drink every day, or snort, or smoke, or use needles, you have a problem. You have a problem, and you might sit there and say you don't. I did it so many months, so many years. But you do have a problem. And most people don't like to admit it because they feel that they will be judged. Well, here's two thoughts for you. Who cares who judges you? Because they're judging you as the alcoholic and the drug abuser anyway. But why not be judged for change? Why not be judged for bettering yourself? Or would you rather just be judged for the same old you, the drug abuser, the alcoholic? I, myself, would rather be judged for change. Not just judged by my peers, but judged by God. That's how I want to be judged. So why don't you start today? And folks, I know a lot of you folks are going to sit there and say, well, I don't think I can do it. And you know what? You don't know. I didn't know I could do it until I failed 6 to 7 times. But each time I failed, I gained sobriety, whether it was a day, a week, a year. Each time I failed, I pulled myself up, dusted my knees, and continued on my path. Sure, there were times when I did dust my knees. I continued on my path of drinking. But the end of the road, the end of the day, here is where I am. It is continuously falling off your bike and getting back on the bike that will make you learn how to ride that bike. It is continuously relapsing and trying again and relapsing and trying again until you succeed, until you get to a point where alcohol and drugs is not even part of your thoughts anymore. And if they are part of your thoughts, it's because it's part of your recovery plan. Let today, November 5th, 2014, be a new chapter in your book of life. All the chapters that were written before today do not matter anymore. Every year of your life is a chapter in your life. With me, I'm at my chapter 53, 53rd chapter. It does not matter all the chapters that were less than desirable. Consciously, it does matter to me. Judgmentally, it mattered to other people. But to God and to yourself, today is the day of redemption, of new life for you. You can learn from your past chapters, but you cannot change them. You can only change today by finally admitting that you have a problem and reaching out to God and saying, God, I need help. I need help today. And when you do that, that is when your new life starts. Each and every day, you'll either go to your meetings at AA, you'll either come up with a different method. You can try my methods, which is heavily being involved in daily activities when it comes to recovery, whether it's via videos, interviews, web pages, social media. A daily process of 6 to 8 hours of my own recovery methods. I tried AA, wasn't actively involved enough for me. You can go to the treatment center that's 6 to 12 months on an average. There you'll be supervised 24/7. There you'll start all over on re-cleansing yourself, restructuring yourself, and making a well-balanced human. You can try that. But no matter what method you choose, it needs to include God. Remember the I Declare book. These are 31 promises that I will have over the next 31 shows. We are up to show number 2 today. I'm going to read it once more. And I want you to please listen very carefully because these words are very strong. Show 2. I declare I will experience God's faithfulness. I will not worry. I will not doubt. I will keep my trust in Him. I will keep my trust in Him, knowing that He will not fail me. Listen to those words. I will keep my trust in Him, knowing He will not fail you. I will give birth to every promise God put in my heart, and I will become everything God created me to be. This is my declaration. Listen to these words. I will become everything God created me to be. When God created you, that was chapter 1, birth. Why not, whatever chapter you're in, me again, chapter 53, because I'm 53. Why not try to go back to the original chapters that God created you to be? It is between chapter 1 and whatever chapter you're at that we as humans just go off our own way, and we think that we have it all figured out. We think we have our life in control, but folks, you wouldn't be doing drugs and alcohol. Your life wouldn't be crumbling. Your relationships wouldn't be falling apart. Your financial structures wouldn't be the way they are if you had control of your life. You don't. Even in the most perfect household, unless you have God in that household, there is a main ingredient of control that's left out. Your children not only should grow up knowing that you are a good role model, they should also grow up knowing that there is a God. Let them be educated by you as being a good role model, and by the Bible as realizing that there is a God, a creator. They came from somewhere and they'll go somewhere. Let your chapters starting today, November 5th, 2014, be written new year by year to include what God created. Let that happen. Choose the methods that you want for your recovery plan, but choose the end result to be sobriety. Remember, not everyone has the chance to change. There are some people that don't make the changes necessary in time before their demise. For every breath you take, there is someone here on this earth taking their last breath. They possibly didn't have the chance to change. For every time you blink your eyes open, shut, open, shut, there is someone shutting their eyes for the last time. They might have not had the chance for change. But if you're watching me, you have a chance to take your life back, and I will help you take your life back. Folks, it's very simple. You can live without drugs and or alcohol. You can. It is all here. No matter how you can sit there and say, well, I need to have it. You are wrong. It is all here. Picture this. You're in a plane. You're flying in Alaska. You and maybe 6, 7 other people, and your plane crashes. And you're the lone survivor in the wilderness, thousands of miles away from society. Do you think for 1 minute that you will fall apart because you don't have alcohol and drugs? No, you will survive. You will live off the land. You will do whatever it takes to survive. You will do whatever it takes to survive without alcohol and drugs. Picture your daily life to be somewhere in the wilderness of Alaska. You can survive without alcohol and drugs, but you have to make that first step. You have to believe it here to become clear out there. You have to stop denying you have a problem, and you need to include God in your action plan. Ask Him for guidance and direction, and He will deliver. That I promise you. You will see changes, massive changes. Physically, your skin, your looks become better. When I say looks, I'm talking about your skin, your eyes, not your physical appearance. We all are going to look the same. It is the enhancements, the complexions that change. Financial changes. Most importantly, spiritual changes. Show your family that you, in fact, can change. And for the people that are going to judge you for changing, those are the same people that were judging you for not changing. Be positive, avoid negative. What is positive? Positive is letting the sunshine into your heart and your home, and you will get nothing but positive results. What is negative? People that will judge you no matter what you do. No matter what you do, they will make a remark. Avoid them. I am not saying to eliminate them. I am saying to avoid them. Do not get sucked into their world. There are certain people in life, no matter what you do, no matter how you want to change, they will judge. There is only one person or one thing that needs to judge you, and that is when you stand in front of God one day, He will judge you, and that is the judgment that you should fear, whether it's good or bad. Whether it's good, don't fear, but whether it's bad, it is fearable. The people will judge no matter what. These same people were talking about you behind your back, how you were drunk and a drug abuser. But now that you have changed and you are showing changes, they are saying, oh, he has found different things to be addicted to. Maybe they'll say, oh, he's found God. He became a holy roller. Don't listen. It is between you and your God of how your life is. Be fearful of his judgment and no one else's. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but their opinions do not count like God's opinion of you. Let today be the first day of your new life. Let today, November 5th, be the first day of your new life. Reach out to me, 844-405-HELP, 844-405-HELP. Text me anytime you want at 631-599-0218. Email me at clearreform@yahoo, CLEARREFORM at Yahoo, anytime you want. I am here to help you. We are brothers and sisters in this war of addiction, and we will fight together. But more importantly, we are a family of God, no matter which way you want to look at it, whether you're addicted or not. We are a family of God, with or without addiction. I am only concerned how God judges me one day. I don't care if there are people that are talking about my past anymore. I don't care if there are people talking about my present. I don't care if people are saying, has he found God? What, is he crazy? I don't care. I do care what God thinks, and I care of my sobriety for the rest of my life. And I care to share how I took my life back by helping you take your life back. This I declare. This I declare. Last time, I'm going to read this, and we're going to cut this short today. Show 2. I declare 31 promises to speak over my next 31 shows. I declare I will experience God's faithfulness. I will not worry. I will not doubt. I will keep my trust in him, knowing that he will not fail me. I hesitated on that because I want you to hear this. I will not worry. I will not doubt. I will keep my trust in him, knowing he will not fail me. I will give birth to every promise God put in my heart, and I will become everything God created me to be. I will go back to my chapters in my book of life to chapter 1. He created me to be perfect. It is me who went off the wrong fork in the road. This is my declaration. Show 3 will be my declaration number 3. I hope that you got something out of this particular segment. I hope you understood the treatment approaches for drug addiction. There's so much information here that I could go on and on. But what's most important is the fact that you need to do a couple things. Number one is admit you have a problem. Number two is to reach out to God. And number three is to continuously seek sobriety. Let today, November 5th, 2014, be the first day of your new life. Let it be today. You and I, hand in hand, can walk together. Call me, 844-405-HELP. And remember, a sober today will guarantee you a better tomorrow. And if you believe what I'm telling you here, it will become clear out there. It will become so clear. And if you let the sunshine, like we have here in the Hamptons today, beautiful sunshine, if you let that into your house and into your heart, you will get nothing but positive results. Do not worry about the naysayers in life. Do not worry about the people that judge you or anybody else in life. Do worry how God judges you. Do worry about that. As always, I want to tell you, if there's anything I can do, reach out to me at 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back. Have a sober today, and God bless you.